Welcome back to the Week in Politics. Now, Brian Cowen's remarks about the night of the bank guarantee generated a lot of interest this weekend. The banking inquiry will hear from him before the summer, as its hearings this term get to the crux of the collapse, with the politicians, the bankers and the civil servants who all played their part in those events. Sandra Hurley reports.
It's been billed as the first investigation of its kind, and the banking inquiry has produced some memorable moments.
You'll ask me 4 times, and I'll say 4 times, and then you'll say you said 4 times.
I will regret it till the day I die.
Did you ever get it wrong? God, this is a trick question, isn't it?
With a motley of international experts telling us what we already know.
The most destructive own goal in history.
Property acquisition as a topic was almost a national obsession.
And some contested versions of events.
The Minister of Finance did not, in the end, insist on an alternative approach. The Taoiseach and the Attorney General were present.
But opinion is mixed on its effectiveness so far.
I think it was largely a waste of time, to be candid. They also hauled in the editors of the newspapers and grilled them as to what way did they cover this. That's all a matter of public record anyway. You don't analyse a football match by interviewing the spectators at the back of the stand. I think the main work of the committee is in the future.
The inquiry insists the main phase will be different.
The key personalities, the particular individuals, those that were actually at the centre of events during the crisis period, both in the lead up to it and right during the centre of it, and particularly in the night of the guarantee, will for the first time ever actually be coming in to a public forum and explaining their behaviours, their decisions and their thinking during that time.
Looming large, former Taoiseach Brian Cowen, who says he wants to set the record straight.
It's not a question of being overruling. I think obviously Brian had some views, we discussed them, we saw what happened in the Northern Rock situation, so there was problems with nationalisation, there was problems with guarantee.
First witnesses next week are NAMA and AIB. What distinguishes the inquiry from other investigations is that it can compel witnesses and information. It already has 40,000 documents, including some never before published information from here at the Department of Finance. Also crucial will be the access to the minutes of bank board meetings from here at AIB and of course the other banks. They will especially be examining documents relating to lending decisions and credit control. Just why was so much loaned out to so few? And the thorny question of bank supervision. What went wrong here at the central bank? It's those bank documents which hold the answer, according to Colm McCarthy.
What we don't know is why did a cautious, conservative, careful banking system that had lasted for hundreds of years suddenly turn into a rock and roll, how much money would you like to borrow banking system that lent $1 billion and $2 billion to individual property developers. And I'm confident if the inquiry has all the documentation that they claim to have, I'm confident that they'll go through all that and they'll come up with a very interesting report.
However, one concern is the effect of ongoing trials, and others have accused it of being a political witch hunt, its membership rigged in the government's favour, with its report due just before the election.
Well, the crisis period happened during a time, and the relevant players and parties during that time will be subject to examination by the inquiry. However, this is not a situation of pointing a finger at an individual. In fact, it's not about personalities at all. It's about the facts being established, giving the fullest explanation to the public, and as I said already, ensuring that this is not revisited upon us again.
And it seems the ECB is participating, with Jean-Claude Trichet likely to take questions at an agreed forum. Will the bank inquiry provide all the answers? Only time will tell.
Sandra Hurley reporting.